Welcome to Jolly Noodle Legs Horror House. Lock the door and don't make a sound. Welcome to Jolly Noodle Legs Horror House. Once you're in, there's no way out.
Hell yeah.
Hello guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to another horror movie review. Tonight we're looking at 1975 horror film called God Told Me To, which is a release I picked up from Horrorcon. Now I did have this years ago on Vipco. When I was in the Vipco club, I did have a copy of it then, and I absolutely fell in love with the film then, and I haven't seen it since then. So I wonder if it holds up today. Before we get to have a look at the film, let's have a look at the actual edition. So here is the 4K release of God Told Me To by Larry Cohen on 4K, released here on a Blue Underground, which I picked up from the Horrorcon. So we'll just have a little look at the edition. I'm not expecting this to have anything in it apart from maybe the film and possibly a Blu-ray version of it as well. So it comes with a slipcase with the same artwork, same reverse, and we have the two discs. We have the 4K and the Blu-ray, and I believe there is an alternative cover, God Told Me To, which we will swing that around, simply because we have the other artwork on the box. This looks more like the original artwork. It just gives you a warning on there. This film contains intense violence and horror. So that looks like the original artwork. Let's just push that up slightly, guys. So that is the release itself. Shame there's no booklet with it. That would have been nice. But there we are. That is the physical release of God Told Me To. So it's a nice addition from Blue Underground. Unfortunately, nothing in it apart from a reversible cover, which is kind of like the original artwork, which is amazing. Really cool. But yeah, it's still quite a nice release. But is there any special features on the 4K disc? So this is the main menu of the 4K disc of God Told Me To. On your extra features, you have audio commentaries, and you have God Told Me To advertising and demon advertising. And on your setup, you have audio options of Dolby Atmos, which is really cool. So that is a special features on the 4K disc of God Told Me To. So there is some on there. I've not checked out the Blu-ray disc to see what special features may be on there, but if you look down there, it's got a lot more special features on the Blu-ray, so I'll probably pop that in and give that a watch. But let's get to the story. So this is a strange film. I'd class it as a religious science fiction horror film, and it follows a police officer called Peter Nicholas, played by Tony LaBianca, and he is sort of like got an estranged wife called Martha, played by the wonderful Sandy Dennis, and he's got a latest girlfriend called Casey, played by Deborah Raffin, and he's a police officer in New York City. This is based in 1970s New York, so it's very grimy, very Taxi Driver, very maniac like looking kind of film. It looks just like that, and the film starts off with a sniper on the roof of a building just shooting random people and killing about 14 people. And they find out where he is, and Peter goes up to the tower he's on and goes and talks to him and starts explaining to him, you know, why he's doing this. And the guy seems quite sane and normal, doesn't really understand why he's doing it. And Peter says, well, why are you doing this? And he says, God told me to. And then he throws himself off the building and kills himself. And the film moves on. We see other acts of atrocities going on. We see multiple shootings going on at a parade. We see multiple stabbings, almost kind of like the crimes that are happening in America today. You know, with all these sort of like shootings and stuff, it's almost like that. But all these people that are doing it don't run away from the crime. They stand there and say that God told them to do it, and end up sort of like killing themselves or getting killed. And Peter goes on investigations mode, and he talks to various people where they talk about this guy called Bernard Phillips, who's played by Richard Lynch, who's sort of like some sort of almost like a religious cult sort of person. Or is he? Because somebody else has another bizarre story that she was taken up to a spaceship. You couldn't make it up, and it sort of gets into sort of a bit of a sci-fi, so it leaves you in which way is this gone? Is this an alien thing, abduction, sort of like mind control, or is this an actual religious cult thing that God's telling them to kill these people? And all these sort of thing, and Peter gets well mixed up on it, and there's a huge twist, which we will not get to in this video. Let's get to my final verdict. This could be possibly one of the best horror films ever to come out of America. That's how much I love this film. It's a 10 out of 10. I forgot how much I loved this movie. When I had it on Vipco, I watched it about 15 times. But this is way back, guys. This is in the early, sort of when the DVDs started to come out, sort of early 2000s, late 1990s. I joined the Vipco Club. It was like a club, and you'd pay a monthly fee, and they would send you 2 films a month. And I had this one, and I fell in love with the film because it was so different. It was so bizarre, but so wonderful. And the way that it forms itself, like it can give you different options of where's this film going, what has actually happened, and it still leaves you afterwards what is going on. Is it a religious thing? Is it a God reincarnation thing? Is God really evil, or is it aliens? It leaves you questioning things like that, and it just plays out so well, and the way it's shot is so beautiful and magnificent. I love the way it will be. You'll have a conversation, and all of a sudden it will clip to something else, like it was a real sort of, we run out of film, let's do next take, sort of somewhere else, like that. But I love that. It brings the film to real character, really well shot, really well acted. It's quite a downbeat film. It's a bit grimy, it's a bit downbeat, there's no humour in it at all. And I think it must have hit the censors when it came out. I did try to look up if it was in the Video Nasties. It's not in my book, and I can't see it listed. But when you ask, like Google, it comes up saying yes, it was a Video Nasty, but I can't see any proof of that unless it's under a different title. But yeah, really wonderful film. Now the 4K. I'm going to score the 4K transfer a 10 out of 10. It's incredible. If you would have seen the Vipco copy I had, how rough and how fucking shocking it looked, but I still loved it, you would say, wow, this is incredible. This is not the best looking film you'll ever see, and it looks like a really good Blu-ray, but the thing is, the film is so grimy and so quite rare and difficult to sort of like to find a good transfer. Whatever transfer they've had, they've done a really good job of it. The sound, 10 out of 10. It's got a 5.1. It's got a Dolby Atmos. This little film, this little Larry Cohen film from 1975, it's got a Dolby Atmos. So how comes a lot of these other films don't? This is why I don't get it. But it is a wonderful release. It's really cool. I highly recommend you checking out this film. To me, it is one of the best horror films to come out of America. Massive shout out to my lads. See you soon, guys.